I look out the window, and there it is, the postal truck, right on time. Looks like today's the day. The PUMA Speedcat has arrived. You know that feeling, right? When you're waiting for that delivery, the one you've been hyping up in your head, wondering if it's going to live up to all your expectations. Well, today, we're going to find out together. But I'm not gonna lie, I've got some mixed feelings about these. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, the Speedcat OG is back, but this time with leather. Yeah, leather. It's like PUMA decided to take this racing-inspired sneaker, originally made for Formula 1 drivers back in the day, and give it a bit of a luxury upgrade. Now, before we dive in, let me tell you, this shoe has been worn by celebs like Dua Lipa and Emily Ratajkowski. Even A$AP Rocky showed them off at Paris Fashion Week. Pretty high praise, right? But just because a celebrity wears them, does that really make them the shoe to get? So, let's talk about the actual sneaker. First off, the leather. Honestly, I thought it would make the shoe feel more premium. You know, like something you'd want to rock both on and off the track. But here's where it gets tricky. You've got two colorways, white and black or white and silver. I'll give it to PUMA, they kept it simple. Maybe a little too simple? I don't know about you, but when I think of a racing shoe, I want something a bit more bold, something that stands out. These? They're understated, and maybe that's what they were going for, but I kinda wish they had just a bit more personality. Now, let's be real for a second. The slim profile? I know it's on trend. We're seeing it with the adidas Samba too, but the real question is, do you actually want to walk around in something that feels this narrow all day? I mean, yeah, it's stylish, but after a few hours, your feet might start telling a different story. Comfort isn't exactly what I call top tier here. That EVA midsole? It's decent, but nothing mind-blowing. And here's the thing, I get it, they're tapping into nostalgia, bringing back a classic. But sometimes, just sometimes, nostalgia doesn't always translate into practicality. You ever buy something because it reminded you of the good old days, and then after wearing it for a bit, you're like, maybe I'm good with just the memory? Now don't get me wrong, I'm not completely bashing these. They're sleek, they've got that vintage racer vibe, and they definitely work if you're going for that Euro Street style look. But are they going to dethrone the adidas Samba? That's a tall order. For $120 a pair, you really have to ask yourself, do you want them because they're the latest at sneaker, or do you want them because you genuinely love them? Alright, enough of my rant. Let's get into the details. How do they actually perform? And more importantly, are they worth your money? Let's break it down. Alright, so let's dig into the specifics of the PUMA Speedcat. The outsole on this thing, it's got that sleek, low-profile look that's all the rage right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty sharp if you're into that minimal street style, but here's the kicker, traction isn't its strongest suit. I mean, this isn't the kind of shoe you're going to want to take off-roading, right? It's built for the streets, for everyday wear, but let's be real, it's more about the look than the functionality. You're not buying these for marathon comfort or for any real sports performance, especially since it's a racing-inspired shoe. Now, let's get into that leather. I've got mixed feelings here. On one hand, it gives the Speedcat this polished, upscale vibe. On the other hand, leather shoes tend to come with their own set of challenges, right? Especially when it comes to breaking them in. And don't even get me started on how they handle in bad weather. The leather may give it a sleek look, but is it really practical if you live in an area where it rains a lot? Probably not. Leather can be a bit high maintenance, and with a $120 price tag, you want these shoes to last, right? And speaking of the price, I have to ask, are you paying for the shoe, or are you paying for the brand? Don't get me wrong, I love a good pair of Pumas, but $120 for a pair that feels more like a fashion statement than a functional shoe? It's something to consider. That said, they're not cheap knockoffs either. There's a reason why celebs and fashion influencers are spotted wearing these. It's a style statement. But at the end of the day, it comes down to what you value. Are you in it for the style, or do you need something that's going to be practical, comfortable, and durable? So, here's my honest take. If you're looking for a sleek, retro-inspired sneaker that'll make you feel like you're walking the streets of Europe, then sure, the PUMA Speedcat is a good fit. Just don't expect these to become your go-to everyday shoes if comfort or practicality are your main priorities. I mean, they're great for those casual days when you want to look good, but if you're planning on wearing them for long stretches or in unpredictable weather, you might want to think twice. That being said, I can definitely see the appeal. PUMA is trying to tap into that niche market where nostalgia meets modern streetwear. And for that reason alone, the Speedcat will probably find a loyal following. But is it going to become the next big thing, like the adidas Samba? It's a tough call. Personally, I think it's got potential, but I'm not fully convinced it's going to dethrone the classics. Alright, now that I've given you the rundown, what do you guys think? Is the PUMA Speedcat worth it? Would you add this to your sneaker rotation? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, hit that subscribe button if you want more reviews like this. Let's see if this shoe has what it takes to race to the top.